Yo, what is up guys, Forever here, and today we're going to talk about two new MMOs that are going to be releasing in the next 4 weeks on console. They're very hyped and they're coming very soon. Everybody's excited and we're about to get into it today because this is going to be a video of which game are you going to be maining. Now to break down what's going to happen in this video is I'm going to go through and pick out a bunch of things that are in both games so people can make a better decision on which game to play. We're going to talk about if games are pay to win, how much you have to pay to start the game, what the player count is going to look like for the game at launch, what the player count might look like after a few weeks. Just a lot of things we're going to go over when it comes to the gameplay mechanics as well as just the companies behind the games. So go ahead and stay tuned and we're going to go ahead and jump into this. First of all, I have to say I am very hyped for both games that are coming out. I'm going to be playing both games, but I will be playing one more than the other, and that's just because I know one more than the other. If you've seen my previous videos, you already know what the game is going to be, and we'll go ahead and get into that at the end of the video. With that being said, don't let my decision sway yours. Once again, this video is just to give you a comprehensive list of things in both games so you can make the decision if you were to play both games, you're going to play one game more than the other, if you're going to main one, if you're just going to put equal time into both. I don't know what anyone's schedule looks like. I know what my schedule looks like, and that's pretty much it. What's crazy is I don't think I've said the name of the games that we're talking about, even though the video has been going for like a minute now. But we're talking about, if you haven't figured out already, we're talking about New World Aeternum and Throne and Liberty. Of course, both these games are releasing on console, both PlayStation and Xbox. New World releasing on October 15th as a buy-to-play game, and Throne and Liberty releasing on October 1st as a free-to-play with early access paid being on September 26th. Now I know immediately that last part's going to turn off a lot of people when it comes to the game because they're like, man, paid early access, I don't want to do that, I don't have to deal with being behind, that's unfair. Well, that's you're already out of the game, to be honest. But for those of you still here, let's get on to the meat of the video. Now, of course, no game is going to be perfect when it comes to what it has in it, the content, the gameplay, the weapons, whatever you want to call it. No game is going to be perfect for everyone. So you're going to have to find and pick what you want to choose and what's going to gravitate you towards which game the most. Or you can be like me and play both games and have no life. So starting from the top, Throne and Liberty has deep character customization with the ability to snapshot your face and put on your character. That makes character customization a little bit cooler, to be honest. They have an open world and an enormous map, the ability to teleport anywhere on the map from anywhere on the map, a tap target like pseudo action combat system where you can switch between both. There's no auto pathing. You can solo level if you want to. There's 7 weapons and a very large skill list that you can choose to use whatever skills you want. Enhancing weapons is completely free to play. No mounts, but you do have a mount-like transformation for increased movement speed as soon as you finish the tutorial. It does unlock during the tutorial. There are timed open world events, timed PvP events. There's a PvP arena. There are unique boss spawns, timed open world boss events, timed PvP open world boss events, open world dungeons, PvP timed open world dungeons, instance dungeons, guild activities, guild bosses, quests, and milestones. Those are all in the guild category. And then there's cooking, there's also a battle pass, and like I said, it's free to play with paid early access, and it does have minor elements of pay to win. Now I say minor pay to win because I've been through games that have very horrible pay to win, where you have to pay to win for the costumes that give stats, you have to pay to win to make sure your weapon enhances to the plus that you want it to without breaking and losing your weapon starting all the way over. And I think the pay to win in this is going to be minor because all it is putting things on the marketplace and allowing people to spend Lucent to buy things from you or sell things for Lucent, giving you the ability to pay to get more Lucent from other players. Now, from my understanding, they have changed the system a few times from the Korean version till now. So I don't know what version we're getting and if it's going to be, a fair version for the players that are going to be playing free to play. But we'll see when the game comes out, and I will keep up to that because, like I said, I'll be playing both games. With all that information, do you think you're going to be playing Throne and Liberty as your full-time main game? Let me know in the comments. And now we move on to our next game, New World Aeternum, or as I like to call it, New World with Attitude. Hello, is this thing on? Anywho, let's dive into New World's features. So New World does feature advanced character creation and customization. It does have an open world map. The map is gigantic. It's bigger than Throne and Liberty's map, if I want to say that, to be honest. I will definitely say I feel like it's bigger than Throne and Liberty's map. You can teleport to places on the map, but you can only do so from certain waypoints. The game is completely action combat. There's stamina blocking and an evade system that uses stamina as well. There's no auto pathing. You can level solo if you want all the way to cap. There are 15 different weapon types. There's no weapon enhancing. You do only have a limited amount of skills you can put on your skill bar. You have to make it to level 20 to get your mount. There are timed open world events, timed PvP events, PvP arena, world bosses, unique boss spawns. Faction decisions will affect your PvP and world play. Instance dungeons, clans, faction PvP. So there are life skills as well, from weaponsmithing to fishing. If you don't know what life skills are, you can go check out another video I made in the past. It does show all the life skills in the game and how they interact with your gameplay. There's also a battle pass. It's buy to play. They might have paid expansions in the future, and they plan on having no pay to win at all going forward. Now, being buy to play does make a big difference when it comes to a lot of people, because the game is going to let you buy it once and never have to pay again unless you want to purchase the battle pass or the expansions that they may bring out later on that may be purchasable. I'm not sure if they're doing any other purchase expansions, because Angry Earth was a purchase expansion back when they released it. But the no pay to win is definitely going to be a plus for a lot of people, because a lot of people don't want to do pay to win, especially in this day and age when things are getting more expensive in real life. So tap in the comments. Let me know if you're going to be getting New World. Personally, I'm going to be playing both, but my main game is probably going to be New World, just because I'm more familiar with New World, and I do enjoy the fact that New World has no pay to win at all, which means everyone's going to be on the same level, just depending on how much time you can put into the game. And I feel like that's actually a better and healthier game for the future of my gaming experience. I'm not going to lie to you. And I had just a lot more fun playing New World when I did play it on PC, but of course with the problems I had on my PC at the time, I wasn't able to continue playing, so this will be a great time to get back into it and get a fresh start, as well as being able to play with a bunch of friends that I have on console as well. Now, when it comes to the companies, both companies have had issues in the past. We've had both shady dealings with both NCSoft and Amazon when it comes to releasing their games and getting things situated and making sure they had a good launch. To start off, NCSoft has already said they don't have an issue with pay to win, that they wanted to keep this game having pay to win regardless of what the Western market wanted. This was said through multiple interviews, as well as Canon XO, I believe his YouTube has done a video where he actually asked some of the team from Throne and Liberty from NCSoft what the plans are when it comes to dealing with pay to win coming to the West, and they pretty much said that they don't see an issue with the monetization that is currently in the game, and that if it comes to the West, it's going to come to the West the same way. Now, they have toned down on the monetization aspect of the game from my perspective, but some people might not like that at all. On the other hand, Amazon has said this game is going to be buy to play. They're not going to do pay to win. They're focusing on not doing pay to win. The cosmetics are only going to be just that. There is going to be a battle pass in the future, which originally they said there wasn't going to be a battle pass, but they ended up changing their mind. They said there wasn't going to be mounts as well, but they changed their mind on that too. But they did mention that expansions were going to be a cost thing when they did release Angry Earth, and they said that might be the case going forward as well. So when you are getting into New World, you're going to have to keep in mind that if they are releasing new expansions, you might have to shuffle up another 19 to 29 bucks per expansion going forward. Now, with Throne of Liberty being a free-to-play game after the early access period is over, you can expect the player count to skyrocket the first probably few days up to maybe the first few weeks of the game, until things start to peter out and the guilds start to get more cemented in their farming, their activities, the world bosses and everything like that. Once PvP starts to settle out and everyone starts getting into being able to access the markets and things, then the player base will probably start petering out, I want to say within the first month. And that's being very generous, to be honest, because people are going to see pay to win and run immediately. But you're going to also have to deal with the toxic players that will be coming to the game, because the game is free to play. There is no barrier for entry that is stopping people that just want to come into the game and harass people or talk mess about the game just because they can, just because they don't like pay to win, just because whatever reason they find to feel they have the time to do the crap that they do. You're going to run into a lot of that when it comes to Throne and Liberty. Personally, I would just say turn off the chat or block them as you see them, or just block chat completely. I will be ignoring chat for the most part, just because I know how it's going to get. We know how people are in these MMOs. We know how griefers are and grifters are when it comes to wanting to speak their opinion and not caring what anybody else or how anybody else feels about, their negativity. So that's going to be one of the major issues when it comes to Throne and Liberty's player base. It will drop off drastically because of the fact that it is going to be a pay-to-win game, but because it's free to play, it is going to constantly bringing new players. Now, depending on how pay to win it is, the player base might hold steady, and you might see an influx of players every once in a while because of newer updates and things. People coming back into the game just to check out and see what's with the legs. Just because there's no barrier to entry, people can just come back and check out things whenever there are updates. If the updates do make the game more free to play friendly, etc., etc. Now, New World's player base issue is going to be a bit different. And I say this because the game does have a barrier to entry being $59.99 for the New World Aeternum play package. And that's just going to be the base package that lets you get into the game with no extra cosmetics or mounts or anything like that. Now, that is going to be where you might see the players slowly trickle in the beginning. There's going to be a large amount of players coming in at first. It might not be like, as crazy as Throne Liberty, because Throne Liberty is going to be free to play. But New World is going to have more players coming back to the game, players that wanted to play on PC, but for whatever problems. There are a lot of players like me that had an issue with playing on PC that wanted the game to come to console and are willing to play on console. Now the game is coming to console, they are going to play on console. There are a lot of players like me like that. I didn't even know that until I got into one of these groups with a bunch of people that were playing on PC and are now playing on console, which is crazy. And so with that happening, there's going to be a lot of players like that coming in. There's going to be a lot of players that are coming into the game fresh out the blue with console just because they want to play a new game. They played the open beta, they love the open beta, and they're definitely going to buy it. A lot of people that played the open beta on console said they pre-ordered the moment they got to level 10. That was insane to me, because I honestly knew this game was going to be a very good game for console when it first launched back in I believe it was 2021. I said it should have launched on console first, but for whatever reason they didn't want to do it back then. Now they did it, and it's working out. It's definitely working out for them going forward. So the issue is, well, not really the issue. What's going to happen is, as the longevity of this game goes forward, more players are going to want to play because more players are going to see their friends playing on console. Because on console, we have friends lists that people are going to be constantly watching. People get on their PlayStation to see what their friends are doing. They're going to say, hey, my friend's playing New World Aeternum. What's that? They're going to look up the game. And they're like, hey, that's an RPG. Oh, no, wait, that's an MMORPG. That means I can play with my friends. Oh, cool. I might go ahead and buy this game. And that's how they're going to get more people to play on PlayStation. I wish more MMORPGs would realize that is a very big word of mouth, the friend list on these consoles, because your friend list shows what games you're playing. That's word of mouth right there itself. That's advertisement itself. And so even after a month or so of the game being out, people on console will slowly trickle into the game. PC as well, they're going to be slowly trickling into the game, seeing that the game is holding stable and growing more and more players. I feel like New World is going to see a steady growth from that point on, but we'll just have to wait and see what actually happens with that. Now, a big thing for both games, and this is going to be under the both category, both games are going to see people not want to play because of PvP. And I believe New World is more open to not really letting you have to worry about PvP if you don't want to. And that's just because PvP isn't so ingrained into every system of the game. You can do dungeons without PvP. You can do your story, your missions. You can go explore the world without PvP and never having to deal with PvP. However, when it comes to Throne and Liberty, PvP has taken over the nighttime of dungeons, and some of the open world events are PvP timed, and some of the world bosses are PvP timed rather. And so that's going to be a dropping point for a lot of players when it comes to the Throne and Liberty side, because a lot of people don't like PvP. I don't understand what that is about, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's just a thing of losing and not wanting to get your ego hurt or what, but I don't get it personally. But yeah, that's honestly generally what I think when it comes to the player base is going to look like when the game does peter out. It's gonna be a lot of factors that change how the games proceed, as well as updates going forward in the game. That's gonna be a major factor on how the games hold their player base. Because we know Amazon has not had the best track record of doing updates for this game, when it comes to major updates at least, because I believe PC players have been waiting for a while now for a major update, and when they thought they were getting one, Amazon announced that they were releasing the game on console. And I felt bad for PC players, but like I also felt like happy because, you know, console players are now getting into the game, and we're going to be able to get a better experience with the game. And hopefully this will make Amazon put their foot on the pedal and start pumping out more content. We do see that there's a bigger part of the map up to like the northwest side of the map. We have more like area on the map to explore, so they definitely have more content planned, hopefully. Neither company seem to be the companies that will open a game and then drop a game directly after, so we're not dealing with any Bandai Namco Bless issues or Bandai Namco Blue Protocol issues. That's such a letdown right now, bro. We're not dealing with any of those issues when it comes to these games. Both companies do hold their games steady and try to do their best and reorganize as they can and push forward. So hopefully they keep that and move forward with both games and push the games. Well, because it's Amazon just publishing both games, hopefully Amazon keeps working on both games, but hopefully Amazon pushes forward on New World, because they're the ones developing New World, and hopefully NCSoft keeps working on Throne and Liberty because they're the ones developing Throne and Liberty, and we all just get better games because of it. Because I've honestly been in a drought when it comes to playing MMOs. I haven't had an MMO to play in a while because we've been waiting on these games to come out, and we're still also waiting on Chrono Odyssey to come out as well. We're waiting on any information on Chrono Odyssey that should be coming out hopefully sometime next year, I guess, because oh god, man, we haven't even had a beta for that game yet. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'm super excited for both games to come out. Hopefully this video will help you guys make your decision. Like I said, this wasn't to sway you one way or another when it came to your decision. This was just to help you make an informed decision on what game you're going to play when it does come out. If you can play both, that's cool. If you're only playing New World, that's cool. If you're only playing Throne Liberty, that's cool as well. Just hopefully this video was able to help you somehow. And if you're talking to anyone, you know, anyone that may be on the fence because they don't know what they want to play, they don't know what to do, what's going to be on either game, and what the status of either game even looks like, show them this video. Hopefully this video helps them out as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It's been forever. Peace out.